I don't play Fortnite, but I saw this action figure in a Walmart, and I thought it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is the small Jazwares Cyclo figure from Fortnite, and I loved him, and I thought he was amazing, and he's still, to this day, one of my favorite, like, random action figures I've ever bought. He's just so fun looking. I love his character design. I think he's so cool. So when I heard that Jazwares was going to make a larger one in their Brawlers series, I was thinking, heck yeah, I want to get that. But then Hasbro got the rights, and nothing Hasbro's made so far has interested me, because I'm more of like a cool, helmeted, looking character kind of guy. I'm not really crazy about a cowboy that's made of pancakes. But thankfully, I was able to recently track down the large one on eBay. And even though he is dropping his staff, I assure you, he is a king. He is amazing. This guy is so cool, and he has partially completed my life. Come on, man. Hold your thing. There we go. So yeah, this is the large, like 7-inch size. And I say 7-inch because he's huge, for whatever reason. This is the large size version of Cyclo. And Cyclo is just one of the coolest character designs I've literally ever seen for a character ever. This guy is a literal walking thunderstorm that's like contained in this golden suit, and he's got Tesla coils all over his body, and I just imagine him like shooting out lightning like Thor times 10. He is insane, and I love him. He looks so cool, and I want there to be a movie just about this guy, even though he is literally just a skin in a video game. They make these skins look cool, so people want to buy them in the game, but also they make them look cool so suckers like me see him in a toy aisle and want to buy it. Cyclo's is so cool, and I will be talking about the smaller one a little bit, but this is mostly going to be talking about the larger figure, because he's kind of what this video is about, because I've had the small one for a while. So let's just get into it. This is such a cool figure, man. I mean, look at him. I mean, I saw this in stores and I just fell in love. He's got this cool looking gas mask going on. He's got like a helmet with a storm brewing inside it. I do kind of wish the design was more accurate for this figure, where it literally was like a ball of energy inside of this clear helmet. But I see how that would be kind of hard to pull off with a figure of this size. But we'll get to that. So yeah, he's pretty posable. The elbows are really limited, unfortunately, and he comes with this weapon that really has nothing to do with the character. But still, he's pretty cool looking. I loved the design. He's a pretty fun 3 3/4 inch figure. He gets the job done, in my opinion, for this size. And he is by far my favorite, like 4-inch, 3 3/4 inch Fortnite figure. He is just so cool. I mean, come on, look at him, man. Look at that. He's sweet. So, a few inches taller then, he is really, really cool. I just think this character design really lends itself to a super cool looking action figure. And for whatever reason, he is really big. Let's just take that out of his hand. Because if you know, the Jazwares figures had a design choice that's kind of controversial. So, yeah, he's really big for whatever reason. Let me grab, I have this guy on hand, for whatever reason. This is a 7-inch McFarlane Sub-Zero. So you can see, he is 7 inches. He's huge. That's normally not the size of these Jazwares Fortnite figures. I like to think that Cyclo is just a character that's so big and beefy that he is, like, this massive of a guy. I still have this on hand, too, from a recent P.O. box. Here it is with a 6-inch Black Series custom of Phase 2 Denal, or Denal, I don't really care. And you can see, he's huge! He's huge and he's imposing. I just see him like walking up to a clone or something and just, being this super intimidating separatist badass. And that's the thing too, because this guy literally has no real character. I hear a lot of people, they buy these Fortnite figures and they're like, oh yeah, it can be an alien in my cantina, or it can be a villain on my Marvel shelf. There's so much imagination to these characters because there really is no character to them. They're literally just a skin that gets like one sentence to describe who they are. And Cyclo, he's a storm guy. He's got storms. He's got Tesla coils. He's looking cool. The big one has a cape. The small figure didn't have a cape, but he's got a cape, and I think that just makes him look 10 times cooler. He's got a cape now. I love it. He's so cool. So what did he come with? He came with his cape, obviously, and you can detach that if you want. I suppose that's his back bling, but I see it as his cape. He's got a cape, and it's pretty cool. So that's pretty much all that's on him. He does have his harvesting tool, which is another like Tesla coil related accessory, and it is pretty nice. But again, with these Jazwares figures, they gave them articulated fingers, and it makes it kind of hard for them to hold the accessories sometimes. I haven't really tried on this hand yet. Oh, the thumb kind of pops into it. Oh yeah, he holds it way better with the right hand. So yeah, since the thumb, you probably heard that little pop. I would probably have him with it in his right hand. I just think that works a lot better. Also, because his right arm is clear, you can kind of pretend he can kind of power it better with his right arm. Ah, man, I love that you can, like, have imagination with these. Dude, remember when you, like, had toys as a kid and could have imagination? That's wild. Whoa! So he also does come with a couple other things. He's got the shotgun, which was very oddly paint stuck when I got it. And like when I, moved this barrel down, like this white paint or whatever, like glopped. And like broke. So that's kind of funny. Neat little gun, very odd colors. I don't really think it fits with the character. And of course, because it is a toy still, you get a rocket launcher. The actual trigger is the trigger, which is interesting. It shoots decently. I would say it has a decent fire. I'm not going to use it, but he comes with it. So, pretty big, beefy, chunky figure. He is pretty cool looking. Let's get a little bit closer. I mean, just look at that design. Unfortunately, I do feel like they had the opportunity to give him the actual ball on the inside. Because if you look in his head, the front of it's actually hollow. And the neck joint is like recessed back. So I feel like they could have actually had an orb on this front side. And I feel like they could have painted it bright enough where you could see it through. But I guess it was still a little too expensive, and they still just painted it on the outside of the dome. Which, I mean, it looks decent, but man, with the character art, just seeing this orb floating around in this helmet, it's almost like that's his life essence, like this, eye of the storm, this literal eye. It's so cool. I love it. I love his gas mask and everything. It just gives you the impression that this is like some weird, like, environmental being that's kept alive through like freaky I can't talk. He's kept alive through freaky technology. Yeah, I had to do that. I'm sorry. But yeah, you could get like little electricity going through the coils and everything. It looks so cool. Man, imagine like figure photography with this guy where you like just photoshopped so many lightning effects. Ah, man, that'd be sweet. He's so cool looking. I love him. He's got this big old tube on his body. Like, what's that for? Is that like life support or something? Man, I just love all the imagination. Like, the character designers for Fortnite they know how to do it, man. And this guy's such a cool action figure. It really brings me back to like having figures as a kid and like imagining like, what's this feature about? What's this about? Because nowadays, all the figures we buy, we're kind of limited to the media they come from, where it's like, oh yeah, this is Buzz Lightyear, this button does that, this button does that. This is a clone trooper, that's his risk communicator, that's his blah, blah, blah. We don't have like, maybe he can channel all of his Tesla coils together and have a big old, like, electricity blast. You don't have imagination with a lot of things anymore, but I feel like with the Fortnite line, you have that opportunity to, like, just have fun with it. And I think fun is what is at the core of toy collecting. And I think that the Fortnite figures, both from Jazwares and from Hasbro, just capture that. Now, granted, I haven't gotten any from Hasbro quite yet, because they haven't made a character design that speaks to me. But this guy, he just speaks to me so much. I love him so much. He is amazing. Look at it, dude. Look at it. I love it. So his head is on a hinge in a ball joint. You get a ton of range out of it. So much tilt and everything. It is very nicely posable. His mask will bump into the Tesla coils a little bit, but it's no big deal. He's got a little bit of a shoulder pad that can move. His shoulders can move up on universal joints and also have a butterfly. Bicep, he's got elbows. He's got wrists. He's got hands for whatever reason. His torso is pretty nice. Get decent forward and back. Get some side to side. You can rotate it. His legs are actually kind of odd because they're on like hinges. They're on click hinges, when most legs are on ball joints nowadays. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee. You don't really get too much out of it with all the Tesla coil armor stuff going on. You do have pretty standard, swivel and pivot legs, or boots, I should say. And for whatever reason, he has a toe joint, but it doesn't really go up. It mostly goes down. I almost feel like that's entirely useless, but he has it. That's okay. He's got it. He's really cool, man. I love him. Dude, one of my only issues is that mine has like this golden streak on his mask. Just like this little golden streak. But then again, we could make a story about it. Maybe it's a slight little crack, and if you hit his mask, the storm's gonna burst out and he's just gonna destroy the world. I don't know. He's so fun to me, man. I love him. Will I ever play the game? No, probably not. I'm not a gamer. But do I just think this character design lends itself to being one of the coolest action figures in my collection? Heck yeah. Not just at the 7-inch scale, but also at the 4-inch scale. I feel like both of these figures are super cool and super fun. And if you like the look of this guy, which if you don't, you're insane, I think you should get at least one of these. Cyclo is by far one of the most exciting action figures to me in a long time. I have other Fortnite stuff. I think they're cool looking, but none of them have appealed to me as deeply, and they haven't resonated as, emotionally, and as, I don't know what words to use. You understand what I'm trying to say. I love Cyclo. He's great. He's awesome. He's a top tier boy for me. And I'm so happy to have not one, but 2 action figures of him. I can't believe that I was prepared to live the rest of my life without the 7-inch one. But thankfully, I was able to get it for around $25 shipped. And I am very happy that it is in my life now because, like I said, top tier boy. Can't recommend him enough. He's just so cool. I like my channel just being about sharing and showing my cool toys. I'm not here trying to play the YouTube game. I'm not looking to get 100,000 subscribers. I'm doing this because I just love sharing my hobby, and this is like my favorite way to do it is through the videos, because I can go back and watch them sometimes. Like oftentimes I go back and I like look at my old hauls, or I look at my old reviews or lists and see how my opinions maybe changed. But also you guys love it, and we've built a community here, and I'm getting sappy. I'm sorry. Cyclo does that to me sometimes. He lets my emotions out. Alrighty, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Alrighty guys, there we go. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.